This title is narrated with virtual voice. Computer-generated narration for audiobooks. I'm Not Dante's Type, by Alexandria the Great.
Chapter 1. I'm wobbling. I think that both of us are. We laugh as we walk up to my house. Good Lord, why did I drink so much? I look over to my left. He's so beautiful. 6 feet 5 inches, blue eyes, dirty blonde hair. He used to hate me. I can't believe that we're friends. Or at least that's what everyone thinks. The thing is, I'm nervous. We're buzzed, and this is the most I've ever seen him laugh. We've known each other for about 2 years now. And oh my God, it didn't take very long, 'cause within the first 2 months of meeting him, I fell in love. Or at least I realized I was falling in love. But Dante was the kind of person who didn't do feelings very well. He had become friendly and open with me, and just seeing him right now, a little buzzed, maybe a tad more drunk than I am, was not only surprising but very hot. We reached the steps of my house, basically a rented apartment. I open the door. You don't really see yourself, though. I feel my words slurring as I laugh at him. Maybe that's a good idea. I told you I didn't want to do it. You forced me, he says, smiling at me. God, he's so beautiful. His blonde hair is tied back while the sides of his head are shaved short. They're growing out now, and it makes his look so unique. Thank you for making me laugh, he says, swaying slightly as he leans up on the threshold of the door. Thank you for making me laugh, I say back. I'm really glad that we're friends, he says. I hesitate. Maybe I am drunk. Regardless, I'm still with it enough to know that he might remember this conversation tomorrow. Or not. I turn to go inside. Come here, where are you going? He asks, slurring his words. He pulls me back into him for a hug, a very sloppy hug, where his tall frame is leaning over me, and I have to kind of support his weight. That's kind of impossible. I'm 5 feet 4 inches and 125 pounds. We're both going to fall over if this is the case. You're going to crush me, bro, I say, laughing, because now everything is funny even though my heart is beating out of my chest. I promise I won't. Why are you leaning so much? He says, smiling, finding this funny. I'm not. You are, I say, laughing. Hug me like this. What, your arms don't work? He giggles as he takes my arms and wraps them around his waist. I hold him close. My heart is soaring. I feel like, oh my God, now nothing is funny anymore. You feel really hot, I say, trying to break the tension that he doesn't realize is growing between us. I am really hot, he says, smiling. Okay, you're super drunk. Do you want me to call the ride? I ask, looking at my phone, trying to focus on the screen. It's 3 blocks. I don't want you walking like this, though, by yourself, I say, legit worried about him. I promise I'll text you when I get home. Ah, baby, Jasmine's worried about me? He teases, his eyes half closed as he smiles down at me, holding my chin between his index and thumb. His face is super close. I always worry about you, I say. That's why I love you, he says. And everything becomes still as he looks at me, the drunk haze still in his eyes. Don't say stuff like that if you don't mean it, I say, giggling, trying to shrug off this feeling. Why do you think I don't mean it? He says, his voice getting lower. I know it's partially because he's drunk, but oh my God, the way he says it sounds like he's trying to seduce me. Because, Dante, you need to go. You're probably not going to remember any of this, and I don't need you falling over before you get home, so go, I say, pushing him on his stomach, prompting him to turn around. He stumbles a little bit before turning back to me, swaying slightly on his long legs. He leans in again and hugs me. You're so cute, he slurs his words. He's falling asleep on his feet. I'm actually worried he's not going to make it home. Oh my God, let me walk you, I murmur, because now I'm starting to sober up with my adrenaline spiking. No, he says loudly, sounding like a drunk old man. Dante, please, you can barely stand, I say, concern lacing my voice.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.